Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Husband!
Wife!
Do you know what we're doing today?
We are doing Bible shit.
That's your fancy way of saying that you don't know because you don't pay attention.
I do pay attention when I'm listening to you read the things, and then I respond as you're reading the things.
Okay.
Beyond that, you generally prep before we do the podcast, and I don't know exactly what you prepped.
Well...
So I go into a blind every single time.
We're continuing our timeline.
Yes.
Of the Old Testament to try and figure out what the fuck.
Right. And I kind of figured that.
Yeah.
Right.
So... that's where we're at. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
And we're probably going to get through Exodus today.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Did you have anything else to say before we get into this?
There's two pseudepigraphas.
Two pseudepigraphas.
That I'm going to mention.
That we're going to mention.
And they are crazy as fuck.
That tracks. All right. You ready to do this?
Sure as fuck am.
Let's do it.
Okie dokie. So last week we talked about the patriarchs, but I didn't do them justice.
Okay.
Do you remember who the patriarchs are?
Men.
Manly men. Tights.
I mean, no, not exactly.
That reminds me, did you and Kid watch
Yes, we
Robin
did.
Hood Men in Tights a couple nights ago?
We did indeed.
Because I heard the song.
Yeah.
But I was napping, so like I thought maybe I dreamed it, and I was like, "What an odd thing to dream."
We watched Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Okay, tights.
Yeah, because it's a fantastic movie.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. I'm glad that you and Kid bond.
It was Kid's idea.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Kid wanted to watch it.
So awesome.
Yeah,
you guys, we have the best kid in the world. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're gonna be 21 soon.
They are.
That's crazy.
This month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I can't with that. I'm turning 50 next month.
Mm.
I'm not okay with you said that like you went like, oh, hate that for you. Don't like that. Are you still gonna love me?
I will. Yeah.
Because you'll still be in your 40s.
I will.
Because you're a child.
No.
You'll still love
me. If I was a child, I wouldn't have these pains in my knee.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and that would be gross. Are you sure you can still love a 50-year-old?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, the patriarchs are Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph. It's 4 generations. Okay.
Okay.
And that time period was from 2100 to 1800 BCE.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Abraham was the first patriarch, and he journeys from his home into the God-given land of Canaan.
Now, let's be clear here. When he was journeying at first, he was Abram.
He was.
Not
right.
Abraham.
I meant to add that, and then I forgot.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you brought that to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Good on you. Yeah. So Abram's like wandering all around, and he's like, I'm going to go into Canaan, even though in a little bit my whole family's going to move to fucking Egypt, and then they're going to try to come back to Canaan, supposedly. In Bible Canaan.
Yeah, hypothetically.
I don't think they ever left in the first place.
I mean, there's a lot of theories about different things.
Yeah.
Honestly, who gives a fuck? Doesn't really matter.
I don't. But
I think it's pretty much been proven that regardless of whatever happened, the Canaanites and the Israelites were very close in... They were closely related.
Yeah, yeah.
So
he dwells in Canaan as a sojourner, which I love that word. Do you know what a sojourner is?
A journeyer, somebody who's sojourning.
He sojourns.
They sojourn all over the fucking place.
He always be sojourning.
Yeah.
Yeah. And his son Isaac and grandson Jacob also did that. They were also sojourners.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Abraham was willing to sacrifice his son Isaac when God tested his faith. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and that was one of the weirdest fucking things. I like early on when we were reading the Bible, I was like, what the fuck is this?
He was like,
the God's testing his loyalty by having him kill his kid?
If you really love me, you'd kill him. Like,
and only stopped him at the last fucking second.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine being that kid?
No. Absolutely fucking not.
My dad tried to fucking murder me because some goddamn spirit fuck told him to.
Spirit fuck.
Yeah.
A goddamn spirit fuck.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, God did stop him though. So
whatever.
It's all good. Everything.
He didn't stop the fucking flood. He didn't stop any of the other shit. So I don't have any, whatever. God,
after stopping him, made a covenant with Abraham. God's always making covenants.
Was this the rainbow?
No, that was Noah.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
We're not at Noah yet.
Sorry.
Or no, we're past Noah. Noah was in Genesis.
I can't keep track of all the covenants that get broken. So.
Well, that was a different covenant.
Okay.
So God made this covenant with Abraham, promising to make his descendants into a great nation.
That's right. Sands of the beach and stars in the sky and.
Shit like that.
But we had to hear about how many sands on the beach all the time for like the first half of the Bible, or first half of the
Old Testament.
Yeah.
And so then we interrupt our Old Testament reading to bring Job in, okay?
Yeah.
Because even though Job comes way later in the Old Testament, chronologically, his story makes him roughly contemporary with Abraham or slightly later.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Job was a man who was supposedly very faithful to God, but lost everything, as a test of his faith.
Whose fault was that?
God's.
Yeah.
And the devil's.
Yeah, it was.
Or the adversary.
That. It was God's fault.
No, yeah, totally.
God allowed this, like according to the story.
Right.
God allowed this shit to happen on a fucking dare, basically.
He's like, bet.
Yeah.
Now, what I really like is that one of the takeaways from this story is even in his suffering, he stayed loyal. And in the end, everything was restored to him. And I'm like, okay, first of all, even in his suffering, he did not stay loyal. I read it. I know that there was some times when
he questioned,
which is he was asking atheist questions.
He was
asking, why do bad things happen to good people? This is bullshit. This sucks. And in the end, I'm sorry, everything was not restored to him. He got 10 new kids to replace his 10 other kids. So,
just ask yourself, would it be okay if God took your kid from you,
but gave you a different
Is it okay that he just replaces it with some other kid?
That's what rainbow babies are.
That's not fucking okay.
No, that's not okay. It's not.
It's not, and it's not even remotely a fix. It's just... No.
It might help with some of the healing, but it doesn't make you not have lost 10 children.
And also, I have to say this too. When God says that He gave him 10 new children, there was a woman that had to birth those children,
right? Exactly.
And that's not exactly giving. There was sex involved, and there was childbirth involved.
And she got pregnant.
Right.
Yay! Yeah. That worked out well for you.
Yeah,
and
10 times even.
Her vagina. God. Listen, I only had 2 kids and they were 11 years apart, and that I can't imagine having 10 or 20 kids every other year.
I knew somebody I worked with that they were child 13.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
More power to those women that do that. I don't understand it. You have a choice not to and you wanted to. Why? that shit that hurts. And also, like, your life is tied up, like, for the rest of eternity. Your child is, like, you're a mom for 500 years. No peace for you.
No, my brother had kids much later than we had, like, than our kids are going to take us, basically, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're already done. And my brother is going to be having kids until I did the math. It's got, like, he's going to be in his late 60s or something. And I'm like, you're basically dead, not really.
Oh my God, rude. Like, all of our parents are in their 70s, and you're like, once you're 60, you're dead. Like, what the hell,
No,
dude?
it's the same thing. It's the same thing from our perspective now, as we would have said, like, a 30-year-old is dead when they're 8. An 18-year-old would say that about a 30-year-old.
Sure.
Your life's over, like, it's done.
Well, like, our youngest is about to turn 21. Our oldest is 35-ish. Like, he's in his 30s.
Yeah.
Now your brother, his oldest is what, like 10?
Yeah.
And the youngest is 2. Right. So
yeah,
that's
so he's still got 16 years before.
And your brother is your age.
Right.
And you're no youngin, like, we're all in our late 40s. Like, we're approaching our 50s.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm about to turn 50.
Yeah.
I could not imagine if I'm about to turn 50 and I have a 2-year-old.
No.
Like, I'm too exhausted. Like, everything hurts getting out of bed right now. Like, I am feeling my age. I cannot imagine chasing a 2-year-old around.
Right.
Absolutely not. So anyway, Job has all these kids or whatever, and his friends keep coming to comfort him after he lost, like, everything.
That's what you call comfort? Because I kind of remember them being assholes.
But they ended up arguing that his suffering must be punishment for sin.
Yeah.
So they were like, come on, what'd you do? Like, did you murder somebody? Did you cheat on your wife? Like, obviously you brought this on yourself.
Right.
That's the only way bad things happen, is you deserve it, which, stop being brown, stop being...
But that's honestly that's the take
Christian
that a lot
mentality.
of people... Yeah, that's the take a lot of Christians have.
They're like, well, if you were on Snap, maybe you should get a fucking job. And I'm like, really? Do you want to go tell the kid that's on Snap that? Because that's who's on Snap.
Right.
Do you want to go tell the person in the wheelchair that? Because that's who's on... Do you want to go tell everybody in the military that? Because literally, they qualify for Snap. Because the military doesn't pay shit.
Right.
You cannot live on military pay. Yeah. And this I know from having grown up military and then having served myself.
Yeah.
So... personal experience over here, yo, which is just so fucking ironic because my parents are MAGA Christian Republicans. And so they know this, having lived it themselves. My dad is retired Air Force. Mm-hmm. He knows that you cannot support a family on that income.
Sure.
And
but these categorizations of as to what the people do with these benefits are not pointed towards them, obviously.
But they bought lobsters.
It's the evil people that take advantage of it all, and there's so many of them. Don't you know there's so many of them?
There's so many of them that all the people who legit qualify, they should just die.
And generally, I see that there's so many of them based on like one person that they point out.
They always show the same picture of the lobster. They're eating caviar and lobster with my tax dollars. And I'm like, you know what? Honestly, you figured out a way to do that. More power to you. Yeah. And then you know what else I'm thinking? I think that people that are doing okay in life, I think that they feel like if you are getting help, you should never have any joy in your life. Like they're like, well, you should cancel your Netflix. And I'm like, really? I should cancel my Netflix. Let me just think about that. Because that little $15 a month thing, that's what's breaking the fucking bank. That's what's making me not be able to pay for my car or my electric bill or...
Yeah, if you don't have... I mean, let's be honest. If you don't have the ability to do anything other than go to work and take benefits and whatever, your $15 a month is the only escape you would have, right? Like, so... And that's the part that people leave out. It's not like they're traipsing all over the place doing a million things with... They're not spending money left and right. They're spending $15 a month on something
that is a little bit of joy.
And the part that I always hear too is that, well, they've got cell phones. I'm like, yeah, they have the free cell phones from the government.
Right.
They don't have cell phones they're paying for. They have a discounted plan or something.
Or somebody in their family's paying for it.
Sure.
And so that means that they don't have the freedom to actually use their phone the way you do. You know?
Right.
I'm very like, this hits me very close to my heart because I have lived a not rich life.
Sure.
So I'm like, fuck off with that.
And I dare you to try to live a life without a cell phone in this day and age.
Right. And they're like, there's always libraries. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, you live near libraries? That's so lucky for you. Because there's some places that don't live near libraries. Yeah. So fuck off.
Right.
You know? Like,
no. Like, get a job, but also don't pay for a cell phone. I'm like, how does that work?
Well, yeah. Also, I remember I went to a book club meeting. We were discussing the book Nickel and Dimed, which I highly recommend. Yeah. And it was all these rich old white ladies, and they were talking about how they couldn't relate to anything, blah, 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 blah. And they were like, her getting a job, blah, and these people just need to get better jobs, blah, blah, blah. And so I like got really mad, and I said, hey, so I was wondering which one of you is going to babysit for me for free because I can't pay you because I don't have a job yet. Right. So, and I don't even know when my first paycheck is. Also, if you're watching my kid, and I pointed to the lady with the fucking pearl necklace, if you're watching my kid for free, I won't put you out. And then I pointed to another lady and I was like, so can you take me to the store because I need pants? And also, can you spot me? Because again, I haven't had my first paycheck yet. Yeah. And they were just like, well, you should have thought of that. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that doesn't happen like that. Like, it coulda, woulda, shoulda. You can't go back in time. Like, okay, fine. I'm a fucking whore and I fucked left and right and I had fun and I enjoyed sex, right? Like, okay, I'm going to meet you where you are. You think I'm a whore. Fine. I'm a fuck-a-doodle-doo, okay? All I do is fuck, right? So I've got this one kid, right? And I'm a single mom. So, okay, shoulda. I'm a horrible human being and I should burn in hell. Anyways, you want me to get a job though, right? So are you going to help me get a fucking job or not? Right. Like, yeah. Like, we can sit here all day and talk about what a fucking whore I am, but that doesn't solve the problem. Right. Like, I still need some nice pants. I still need a nice set of a pair of shoes. I still need, I need a third person to step up and give me the ride to my job. Yeah. And don't talk to me about the fucking bus because I'm sorry, I'm a single mom. And so that means that I would have to get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to catch the 5 a.m. bus to get to your house where I'm dropping my kid off. And I know that you don't want to be getting up at 9 o'clock in the morning because you're busy with your little, I don't know, you're retired or something. No,
this whole world is pay to play. I mean,
just don't understand. Like, they're just like, get a job. Like, that's all. Like, okay, so I understand that there are steps involved in things. Yeah. So like, it's to a smaller degree, it's like when you tell a child, go clean your room, to you, you're saying one thing, go clean your room. It's one action step, right? Right. But to a child, particularly a neurodivergent child, such as myself, it's not just go do that one thing. There are so many fucking steps. So, you know, you have to like break down the steps to the child and say, okay, rather than say, go clean your room, which is one giant fucking project, you have to say, go pick up all of the dirty clothes off the floor and put in the hamper. That's only one task, right? Now you have to say, okay, go pick up all the Legos. No, don't worry about the other toys. We're just doing the Legos. Mm-hmm. Okay, now go pick up all of the stuffed animals and decide which ones go on your bed at night. Like, there's so many fucking steps and they don't understand. All they see is go get a job, go clean your room. Like, it's just one thing. God, I fucking hate people. Like, obviously I have lived this, so like I'm a little bit heated over it. Yeah. Both of those examples, you know, the neurodivergent not being able to understand and needing a project broken down into smaller steps so that I can understand what the fuck you're talking about. And then also being on the other end of it and being like, you do realize that go get a job is not just like a one step thing, right? Like, there's many steps prior to it. Like, oh, okay. Anyways. fucking Job, right? So anyway, God eventually speaks to Job from a whirlwind, reminding him of the limits of human understanding. Basically, he's like, bro, it be what it be.
Right.
And he shows them that some things are just beyond human control. You just gotta,
give it to God.
It's not all, it's not Jesus take the wheel.
Right. Yeah.
It's not yours to understand.
I'd say based on our current circumstances in this world, he's not a very good driver.
I think he's driving just fine. He's about to drive us off a fucking cliff. And, tell me humanity doesn't deserve that a little bit, maybe.
And
I'm such a pessimist.
You are.
I'm just like, oh, we done fucked this world up. We're a cockroach on the planet. I tend to
be a little bit more optimistic than you.
You do.
I'm not saying that we haven't fucked things up royally, but I don't think we're beyond.
You're not asking Jesus to drive the bus off of the cliff.
No. Haven't reached that point
Whereas
yet.
I'm like, yeah, that tracks. Go ahead. I'm not saying I want him to. I'm just like, well, yeah, you're driving that direction.
I'm near the cliff going, hey, could we maybe edge back towards the not cliff? That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Anyways, fuck Job. So Job lived at the same time as Abraham, right?
It was like the exact same time.
Around either like the same time or like slightly after.
Got it.
So,
all right.
Yeah, both of them are like around the same time period.
Got it.
Okay, so then, Abraham had his son Isaac, that he almost killed.
Yeah.
Right. So Isaac was born to Sarah in their old age.
Or Sarai.
Whose name was changed to Sarah.
Right.
In their old age.
Yeah.
Because Sarah was like, boo hoo hoo, I can't have a child. And then God was like, all right, I'll let you have one eventually someday. And she was like, no, that's not true. Like, I'm old. My badge be so dry. And he was like, no, for reals. And then she was like, well, goddamn, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
And so she was like, your brother having kids in old age. Just kidding. Anyway, so Isaac continues the covenant line because he squeaked by. He didn't get killed by his father.
Sure.
So we got a squeaker.
Right.
He married Rebecca. Okay.
Yeah.
And Rebecca.
Wait, didn't he marry two women, or am I thinking of somebody else?
You're thinking of somebody else.
Oh, I'm thinking that's right. Yeah. No, I am. Sorry.
So Isaac married Rebecca, and they had two sons, Esau and Jacob, who were fighting even before they were born.
Yeah.
And that's where we get the phrase, Jacob have I loved.
Got it. It was Jacob that married two women.
Jacob married so many women.
Well, I meant.
Yeah.
I think.
Jacob had his maid, and then he had his wife and her maid. And so he had lots of children, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
I don't know. He had 12 kids.
Got it. Yeah, because he basically made Israel.
Yeah, he is Israel.
He is Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had a vision of a ladder reaching to heaven. That's where we get the term Jacob's ladder.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Which symbolizes God's connection to his descendants.
Got it.
Okay. And later on then, like I said, he was renamed Israel.
Right.
And his sons are the tribes of Egypt.
And just to restate this, because we did cover this back when we were doing the Old Testament, but a lot of these stories in the Old Testament are not actual people. They're stories about tribes of people. Yeah. Essentially.
Yeah. Yes, that is correct.
Right.
So then we get this pseudepigrapha.
Okay. All right.
And it is called The Testaments of the 12 Patriarchs.
Okay.
It's the dying commands of the 12 sons of Jacob.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's supposedly the final words of Jacob's 12 sons. So these belong right after Genesis 49, chapter 49.
Okay. Was Dan one of his sons? Because he had all the tribes, didn't he?
Oh, maybe he did. Yeah. Yeah.
I really want to know what Dan's dying words were.
I don't know. We'll have to find out. We'll have to get on that. So it's going to be right after Genesis chapter 49, near the very end of Genesis, and right before they move into the book of Exodus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It was probably written around the 2nd century BCE.
Okay.
around the time all of them were written, it seems. All of the pseudepigraphas, that is.
Right.
And it blends Jewish ethics, wisdom, and apocalyptic ideas. Okay.
Okay.
And this particular work is a series of 12 short books, each one presented as the final words or testament of one of Jacob's 12 sons, who, as we said, are the founders of Israel's 12 tribes.
Got it.
Each testament usually includes a personal confession or story about that son's life, like sins, lessons learned, experiences with Joseph, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So I would like to hear about that. Like,
yeah.
What was your thoughts about Joseph and why were you such a dick to him?
Right.
Throwing him down the well and stuff, selling him into slavery. Moral teachings and warnings to their descendants is another thing that these stories usually contain.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you tried to kill your fucking brother and sold him into slavery. You got nothing to teach me about morals, my good sir.
Yeah.
You know, that's my opinion. Don't be warning me. You keep your warnings to yourself. You worry about your own. You know, row your own boat.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about me.
Right.
They also include prophecies about the future of their particular tribe and the coming of a messianic figure.
Right.
Love the messianic figures.
They were all about that in those pseudepigrapha that they wrote 200 years, whatever, in that time frame.
Yeah, yeah.
So
speaking of y'all try to kill your brother.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Father Abraham had many sons. Many sons had Father Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
One of them was Joseph.
One of them was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the one that was sold into slavery.
He was.
Yeah. By his brothers.
Yes.
But he rises to power in Egypt and he saves his family from famine.
Wait, it wasn't by his brothers. There wasn't it a brother that did it after they thought they left him for dead?
No, it was a couple of them.
Okay. Well, still, it wasn't all of them.
No.
Some of them didn't even know they had done that.
Yeah, that's true. He was known for interpreting dreams, which helped him gain Pharaoh's favor in Egypt. But also, Potiphar's wife, like, totally wanted to fuck him. And he was like, no, thank you. And she was like, uh-oh. And then she screamed rape. And that's how we get boys today that are doing that. Like, they think that, I'm sorry, I misphrased that. Boys today think that all girls, like, okay, let me rewind. Like, okay, during the Me Too movement, we were like, believe women, believe girls, right? Mm-hmm. And then men came out of the woodworks everywhere and were like, but what if they're all lying? And that's what happened here. They're like, see, Potiphar's wife was lying. That is what happens. Women be lying all the time. They're not really raped as often as they say. Women always be fucking lying. Those bitches. Women do be bitches.
So it's okay that people said that during the Me Too movement because it's in the Bible.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because
as long as the Bible makes it okay,
women
it's
always be lying.
Okay, right?
Women always be whores and women always be lying. You know?
I mean,
yeah. You know how they be.
That's what the Bible says.
That's what the Bible says. So, anyway, through Joseph, the children of Israel descend into Egypt. So they've come out of Canaan because they're starving, right? There's drought. They're starving. Yeah. So first they went into Egypt, right? With Abraham, the sojourner, took them over. Not Abraham. Fucking, what's that? The dad's name. The big dad. Abraham.
Yeah.
Yeah. Abraham took them into Canaan, right? And then all the way down to Joseph.
It was Jacob.
Now they're like going into Egypt.
It was Jacob.
Whatever. I get all them guys. No, the original guy was Abraham.
Okay. Yeah, because Abraham took Sarah to Egypt and Sarah almost got raped when they were in Egypt, and then something along those lines.
You're confusing all of your people. Listen, it started with Abraham, and then his son Isaac, and then his son Jacob. Okay?
Yeah.
Abraham was the sojourner. He was the original patriarch.
Mm-hmm.
And he went into Canaan.
Okay.
Okay. Now, he and his son Isaac and Jacob, they all traveled around Canaan. Okay. But then they got hungry and shit. And Jacob's son Joseph was sold into slavery to Egypt. From Canaan to Egypt. Okay.
Okay.
And so in Egypt, then, now they're like, oh no, we've got to leave Egypt and go back to Canaan. That's why the whole thing is funny.
Got it. But I think Abraham did have his wife almost raped by Egypt at one point.
Well, he was a sojourner that went to Canaan. So that happened.
Okay.
Okay. Literally, I just read you that. That happened. Okay.
Okay. Who?
Abraham.
Yeah. He did what? Again, he went, he said he went to Canaan.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think he also went to Egypt, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I'm going to not
but
argue
I'm pretty
with you.
sure that's right.
Okay, I'm done with you. I'm done with you because you're always like mixing up names and stuff.
I don't think I am this time.
Okay, you never think you are this time.
I know.
All I know is that
Abraham did go to Egypt.
Okay, well, at any rate, they were all in and out of fucking Canaan and traveling the fuck around. And then they were like, but we're starving. Let us into Egypt. I don't know. They're all in and out of fucking Egypt, but also in and out of fucking Canaan. So then they all went back to Egypt, or they went to Egypt because they were starving. And Joseph, the youngest brother that was sold into slavery.
Yes.
He was Pharaoh's friend. And so he was like, I planned ahead for us because I interpret dreams. So Egypt is doing great. Come on over. It'll be great. And we'll all have dinner together.
Yeah.
And so that was awesome for everybody. Everybody was happy.
Right.
Okay. In Egypt. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So then they made up. Joseph forgave them. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So it goes Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph. Okay.
Sure.
And then that's 4 generations of the same family. And the book of Genesis ends with Israel in Egypt, ready for the coming of Moses and the Exodus. Okay?
Got it.
So then Exodus picks up like 400 or 430 years later.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Yep.
And so this is supposed to take place about between 1500 and 1200 BCE. Okay.
Got it.
The book of Exodus.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So it's several generations after Joseph. So obviously he's not the Pharaoh anymore or Pharaoh's friend.
Well, yeah, they're exiting.
Dead.
Yeah, there's been a lot of changes, and they don't like Egypt anymore because
right. They're like, let me in, let me out, let me in,
right.
And now they're like, fuck, let me out.
Right.
I mean, honestly, it's so dumb. So there's a new Pharaoh, and he oppresses the Israelites. He's like, fuck you, fuck y'all, fuck yeets, and fuck every one of you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like you so much.
Yeah.
Fuck off. The exact length of their stay in Egypt is debated. Exodus chapter 12, verse 40 says it was like 430 years.
Okay.
Genesis chapter 15, verse 13 suggests 400 years. So somewhere between 400 and 430 years.
I feel like that's
quibbling. That's quibbling. Like,
right.
That's splitting hairs. I
wouldn't even call that a contradiction, really.
No.
Just like when you get to 400 years, who's counting decades, you know?
When you get into like, it was either 400 or 430 years, and this was thousands of years ago, I don't really fucking care.
Right.
Like, that makes no difference. I mean, maybe to a historian, but not to me.
How many things can we pinpoint down to a 10-year period from 400 years ago?
Right?
In our current history.
None.
And no, that's not true.
Okay.
There are some things.
I mean,
but
1492.
Pretty fucking major.
Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
I mean, that's what I hear.
I don't think that the ocean was blue, and I don't necessarily think that he sailed it by himself and whatever. Fuck Columbus. What? No.
You just never know what you're going to get in our podcast.
No, but I mean, seriously, fuck Columbus.
Yeah.
He was rapey, too. He was gross. Like,
right.
There's all these accounts of how rapey he was. And I'm like, it's not shocking, but it's still always like, could you just not, guys, could you just not be rapey? What if, and hear me out, what if you just don't be rapey? That could be a thing. We could try that. You could fuck an apple pie instead of like.
I don't know if they had apple pies back then.
Okay, you could fuck your hand.
Did they have apple pies back then, I wonder?
They had some kind of like, I don't know.
Or was it just like apple slop?
Apple slop. It was more like a apple crisp.
Yeah.
Apple crumble. It was an apple crumble. That's what they're
crumble.
Called. Yeah. I love apple crumble because it's basically like messy apple pie.
Got it.
And that is my speed.
Yeah.
All right. So, about 400 or so years, right?
Sure.
And the book of Exodus covers the enslavement of the Israelites in Egypt through their journey to Mount Sinai. And we're going to get into that in just a minute.
Okay.
Because I got something to say about what happened at Mount Sinai.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so in this book, right, Moses is born, he flees Egypt, he returns, and through the 10 plagues, he leads the Israelites out of bondage. Okay, the plagues of Egypt.
Wait, he fled Egypt?
Well, yeah, but then he was like, oh, I guess I gotta get.
I thought he was picked up by the princess.
He was raised,
in Egypt still.
Yeah, he was raised in Egypt.
Okay.
And then, but he was sad because he saw he was raised as basically like a princeling, but he was still an Israelite.
Right.
And so his people were like being oppressed, and he's like, dude, this fucking sucks. Mm-hmm. And so he like steps in at one point and is like, stop being mean to my friends. And then the guy is like, who the fuck do you think you are, Israelite? And then like punches him or something. Okay. And then I think Moses kills him or something. And then he runs away and hides. But then he comes back and he's like, got it. You know what? Yeah. I got to lead. But it was let my people go.
He didn't leave for like real long.
No. Yeah. But he fled, because he's murdery. Yeah. And then he came back. Right. And was like, let my people go. Yeah. Okay. So, there were 10 plagues. Do you know any of them?
Frogs, locusts, famine, plague. Did I say plague?
You said frogs.
Okay, plague.
I'm not even counting anymore.
I'm running out of ideas here.
Okay, listen. The Nile became a river of blood. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
There were several infestations. There was frogs, gnats, beastly flies.
I feel like gnats is just kind of like a,
it wasn't like gnats like what you're thinking. And it might have been ticks or fleas. And then the beastly flies.
It might not have happened at all.
No. Right. But like meeting them where they are, pretending that this is real or what the fuck ever. It wasn't just like little fruit flies. Okay. All right. It was like.
Well, then they shouldn't call them gnats. They should call them something ticks or fruit, or they should call them ticks or flies.
It's a language translation issue.
But if you're gonna call them flies, you should call them like black flies or something.
Okay, listen.
Those things when they bite you, they fucking hurt.
Yes, that was the beastly flies, which are separate from the gnats.
Oh, there's flies and gnats.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. There was pestilence. Okay. There was boils. There was thunderstorm and hail. There was a locust swarm. There was 3 days of total darkness. And then finally, do you know what the final one was? It's the biggie. It's the one that is like
snakes on a plane.
No.
Fuck.
It's the one that they still celebrate to this day.
Passover.
Yes. You had to read the Discord though.
No, I knew that one.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Good on you. Yeah. Yeah. The death of every Egyptian's firstborn. And we did something where we were looking into it because we were like, that's a grotesque thing to celebrate. And it turns out that a lot of modern day Jewish tradition agrees with that sentiment. And it's like,
Right.
yeah, that's kind of gross, actually. Let's not.
Yeah.
And so they celebrate it not as a celebration so much as a honoring and a sorrow, a mourning, and also a gratitude.
Sure.
So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. So the departure of the Israelites from Egypt, right? Then they cross the Red Sea, because of course they do, with Moses's red stick dick, his magic.
Yeah, the olive branch thing.
The almond
branch. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Almond joy branch.
Yeah. I called it a stick dick because that's just fun. It's his magic stick. You got to take a ride on my disco stick.
Right.
Yeah. Then we get the revelations at Mount Sinai and the giving of the 10 Commandments and the covenant, again with the covenant, right?
Yeah.
And then we get the instructions for the tabernacle, all the measurements.
Right.
It's so fucking boring.
Because God loves,
he loves maths.
building tents and stuff.
He's real into geometry.
Yeah. And
but
temples.
physics, no. Geometry, yes. Physics, no.
Right.
Yeah.
Clear direction, no.
Right. The Israelite wanderings in the wilderness, and then we get right up to the borders of Canaan.
It's really funny to me. God actually gives really clear direction on how to build the tabernacle and how to not eat shellfish and things and
He's so
all
clear.
these things. He's very clear about certain things, but really fucking vague about the rest of it.
Yeah.
And you might die if you don't do certain things, but you just gotta love me correctly, and I'm not gonna tell you what that means exactly.
But build this to my exact specifications.
This angel with exactly this length of wings and
this is how many golden pomegranates.
Right.
And if you have not enough, or if you pick up sticks on the wrong day,
yeah, you're fucked.
You're fucked. Yeah. I will smite the fuck out of you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. So we were talking about that book of Exodus, right? And it ends with the Israelite wanderings in the wilderness, and they get right up to the borders of Canaan. And that's how the book ends.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to rewind just a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. The book of fucking Jubilees.
Jubilees.
This book is wild. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a pseudepigrapha.
Okay.
Shock.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me
I've heard of it before, though, I feel like.
Well, you've heard of Jubilees.
Okay.
You know what a jubilee is.
Well, yeah, but I feel like I've heard of this book before.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
But I've never seen it or read about it or read a passage from it or anything.
Right.
So the Book of Jubilees, quote, presents a history of the division of the days, of the law, and of the testimony, of the events of the years, of those years' weeks, of their jubilees throughout all the years of the world, as the Lord spoke to Moses on Mount Sinai when he went up to receive the tables of the law and of the commandment, as revealed to Moses in addition to the Torah by angels while he was on Mount Sinai for 40 days and 40 nights.
Wait, they presented the Torah up there also?
That was all one sentence.
Yeah, well, I didn't follow much of it.
It's just
That's a long fucking sentence.
Yeah. So we're gonna break that down.
Okay.
What the fuck was all that?
Yeah.
Okay, listen. It was written sometime between the 2nd century BCE and 1st century BCE.
The Jubilee book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When all the other ones were written. Right.
Yeah.
And it basically retells Genesis and the early chapters of Exodus, but with extra details, explanations, and a more structured timeline that is framed as a revelation to Moses by angels on Mount Sinai during the 40 days he spent there.
Wow.
So it's supposed to take place during this 40-day period, and they are telling him about all the shit that went down in Genesis, like the creation and all that.
Huh.
It's a framing device.
They got really into this whole the side stories in this time frame.
They were like, let's retell what happened.
Yeah.
Let's get more specific.
Yeah. No, I'm digging this.
Right?
I like it because just imagine how much more exciting the Bible could be if someone took some of this stuff instead of the stuff that we have now and we had like, you know, babies popping out of vag and running with blades of grass,
picking grass,
and, you know, just like shit, you know, like you could make it a lot more fun. It could be a lot more, it could be a lot snappier, you know, like I feel like there's a lot of material here that the Bible could be better.
Yeah.
You know, like as far as a book is concerned, right?
Yeah.
Like you take something from here, put that there. You need a better editor, I would say. Yeah. But I bet if you took all the pseudepigrapha and the Apocrypha and the Bible, the Torah, all the stuff, and you got a great editor, I wonder what you could come up with.
They need some Netflix execs in there.
I'm just saying, like, I think there's a better story in there, you know?
There is a better story. That is for certain and for sure.
Right.
Yeah. So while Moses is up on the fucking mountain, and remember we said that he was running up and down the mountain in those sneakers?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. I remember that. Yeah. So while he's up there on that mountain receiving the Torah, right?
Yeah.
The angels supposedly also tell him the true chronological history, quote, quote, end quote, of the world. Okay.
Okay.
And they tell him this, dividing the time into jubilees or 49-year periods. Because, you know, a jubilee is 7 years, right?
Yeah.
7 times 7, 49.
Got it. Yeah.
So that's how the time period in the book is split up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes all the way from creation in Genesis chapter 1, all the way to Moses receiving the law, Exodus chapter 20.
In 49-year chunks.
In 49-year chunks.
Okay.
And it retells stories like Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, and Noah. And then it retells stories involving Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph. And it talks about the descent into Egypt and the early life of Moses. But it adds a ton of new details.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
For example, it reorders and clarifies dates for when events, quote unquote, actually happened.
Okay.
I'm like, what? It emphasizes angels as active participants in human history.
Huh.
Which is where a lot of your crazy angel people today, your angel chasers.
Right.
Yeah. It pushes strict law keeping even before the law was officially given, like Sabbath observance starting with the angels. Okay.
Okay.
So it is like totally giving law where there was none. Okay. And it explains Jewish customs as having heavenly origins, like the dietary laws, circumcision, purity, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, no, God totally wanted all this.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Narratively, it follows the same timeline as Genesis and early Exodus, but is told from the perspective of Moses on Mount Sinai, looking back at Genesis as divine revelation. Okay.
Okay.
So, to put all of these stories in, like, context, we've got Genesis, which is the origin story. It explains how the world and humanity began, how the Hebrew people started with Abraham's family, and how faith, failure, and forgiveness shaped their early history. Okay, then we've got Exodus. So, whereas Genesis was the origin story, Exodus is the liberation story. It tells how the Israelites escaped slavery in Egypt, received the law through Moses, and became a nation bound by a covenant with God.
Okay.
Okay, and then we've got Job in there somewhere, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And Job is the suffering story. It wrestles with why bad things happen to good people and teaches that faith and perspective matter more than simple answers. Jesus, take the fucking wheel. Okay?
Yeah.
In essence, all of these three texts together explore where the Hebrew people came from, how they understood their relationship with the divine, and what it meant to live faithfully and morally in that story. So that is where we will end today.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yep. Yeah, there's so many, I've got so many ideas percolating as to things I want to, I mean, we could literally talk about the fanfic from the Bible.
Right.
Forever.
Yeah.
For fucking ever.
Yeah.
Like there is just no end to the crazy shit out there available to supplement the Bible and all the texts that we've read so far. So and I think that's why it's really hard to nail down what Christianity is, because I think a lot of these ideas have filtered through in different groups of people, right? Like, and different people have different ideas as to what this means or that means because of tradition, and traditions vary by different areas, by different groups, by all kinds of things, right?
Yeah.
And so there's no way to know, especially with the amount of time that's passed since a lot of these books and ideas were formed. There's no way to tell how any one single group of people had their ideas formed early on to translate into what we now believe in these different religious sects, you know, like
contextual settings.
Right. Yeah.
Like there is no just the Israelites. Like you can say that, but that's not really correct.
Well, yeah. Even if you're talking about the Jewish people, there's the Zionists, there's different groups of Israelites. There's different groups of every religion on the planet, I think. But you know, and there's so much that could be, those ideas could be based on. Like you were talking about how angels, you know, how they were very in this story, in the Jubilee story or whatever, they're very involved in the in how humans came to be. Right. Well, some people believe way more in angels than other people. So those ideas came through somewhere. Right. You know, and I don't know that it was specifically from that story, but it probably didn't hurt. You know? And so these ideas of what angels are and what they did aren't based on the Bible necessarily, because there's not a ton of stuff about angels in the Bible. Not enough to form some of the ideas that exist in the world, you know?
At least not Old Testament. Right.
Yeah. And we haven't read the New Testament yet, but
they are a little bit more active in the New Testament.
But I still feel like there's way more thoughts about what angels are than maybe even the New Testament and Old Testament lend to. There's ideas that came through. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just interesting.
It is interesting when you realize all over again that even the fucking Israelites are not a monolith.
Yeah.
Like, you can know that for contemporary times, you know? But to also then go back and apply it to entire groups of people throughout history is important.
Definitely. Well, I think that is all we have for today. And we will be back next week, and not sure exactly, are we doing more timeline, or do we know exactly what we're doing yet?
I wanted to do more timeline, but then there was discussion of maybe not doing more timeline. But then there was, do we just jump right into the New Testament? But I definitely wanted to read Maccabees before we do that, because that's Apocrypha, not pseudepigrapha.
So let's just say this. Wife and I are going to talk about our podcast again.
Some more.
And do some thinking, and we'll see what we come up with, and we'll be back next week.
So we'll either do more timeline or Maccabees or Matthew.
We're probably not going to jump right into Matthew.
No.
I would say that we need at least one buffer episode before we do that, so we can at least lead Announce it. Yes.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So it'll either be more timeline or Maccabees. How about that?
Good. Okay. All right. So that's all we got for today. Thank you for joining us. And as always, I don't even know where I was going with that, but thank you.
As always,
we're gonna get the fuck off of here and be done with the podcast.
As always, we are terrible at goodbyes.
Yeah. So bye.
Bye.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end.
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep. We have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe, leave an Apple review, join us on Twitter, support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.